Well, Lonnie tells us the temperatures are going to climb into the 90s tomorrow. We've seen some really high extremes this summer, including excessive heat and street flooding.
Jessi Mitchell covers Harlem and shows us how people are preparing for any kind of climate emergency.
With both higher heat and floodwaters hitting Harlem, environmental advocates say they don't want to scare you. They want to prepare you for the worst.
How many people have air conditioning in their homes?
Neighbors at the West Side Federation for Senior and Supportive Housing's Red Oak Apartments engaged in emergency preparedness with guidance from We Act for Environmental Justice.
It always seemed like a distant threat, but it's really here and it's happening. The summers have always felt hot, but they're incredibly hot now, and we're seeing every summer is breaking record heat.
A map created in collaboration with area organizations shows cooling centers for heat, plus evacuation centers for flooding, encouraging everyone to chart a path towards safety in advance of any climate emergency. It overlays coastal flood zones facing impacts of hurricanes, as well as the single streets susceptible to flooding from extreme rain events, even including the subway stations and bus stops that experience flood effects.
We're seeing worse heat waves, we're seeing more flooding, but there are steps that you can take to make yourself and your family more resilient and better prepared, and we want to make sure people have that information so that, we're not caught flat-footed in these emergencies.
Your plan should also include an evacuation kit, which can come in handy in any emergency and should include not only water, non-perishable food, and flashlights, but also extra medication, a waterproof bag of personal documents, and a change of clothes.
Part of what we did with this plan is really tailor it to somebody who's living in a New York City apartment. What are the things that you can put on an extra shelf or under your bed and make sure that they're all there? And we also really encourage people to personalize this.
And with temperatures climbing back above 90, cooling centers like the one here at Red Oak will reopen for anyone who needs to cool off and take a break from the heat. In Harlem, Jessi Mitchell, CBS News, New York.
And Jessi covers Harlem for us. If you have a story you'd like to share with Jessi, you can email harlemtip@cbs.com.